happy to have you here today. We're about to start the show, hooray. Welcome to Amy's Art Cabaret. Also, Barb.
Yay! Hello,
That's
hello.
so cute.
Welcome,
I love it. Hello.
hello. Oh, Barb. Also, Barb. Say hello.
That's me.
Hi.
Hello.
Yay. And who do we have today? We have a friend of mine, Matt. Matt, say hello.
Hello, hello world.
Hello, world. There'll be people.
I only do this for
chatting
Amy.
with- Only for me. So he's not
Yes.
really going to talk to any of you. I'll interpret. So Matt, where are you?
Well, I'm living in Monroe right now, but because of the whole COVID
Monroe,
thing,
Louisiana?
Monroe, New York.
Oh, see, that was what we weren't sure about. And what time is it?
Oh, right now? What time is it? 5:01.
Oh, it's 2:01 here.
5:01 p.m.
You're in the future, so we really want to know if everything's going well.
Yeah, tell us about the future.
In the next 3 hours.
Well, don't come to New York.
Is
New York's
it cold?
not doing so hot. Oh, it's a little cold.
A little cold.
Yeah, it's.
Barb, is it cold where you
thinking
are?
of going to a little bit. It was like 55, 60 today.
No, that's not bad.
Not too bad, but I started wearing hoodies.
Barb and
I love hoodies. So.
She's holding a fan up, and I'm holding a beverage because it's like
Making it
really hot here.
Well, I'm locked in a small room, so I have to have.
In a small room.
I need the I need the air.
Right. So are you going to road trip out somewhere else? Is that what you were just starting to say, Matt? You leaving the state of New York?
Yeah. Hopefully next year I'll be going to Nashville. So to kind of work down there with my landlord / partner, who's a music producer, and he also wants to do videos. So I'm helping out there.
I was going to say, are you going to start playing some country music or just making the videos for them?
Make the videos, learn how to produce music. Maybe it's kind of cool.
Very cool. So everyone who doesn't know, Matt's incognito with no website, no hashtag handles, but he does produce videos or make videos. What's your actual?
Yeah, I edit videos. I would say I edit videos, color correction. It's like a puzzle, and I like puzzles.
Cool.
Now,
So
I was going to say,
Barb.
what kind of, if I could pop in, what kind of videos are there? Things that go online? Is it film, TV, ads?
It's eventually gonna it's gonna be like kind of a music show eventually. I can't really say so much because it's not my thing.
What have you done in the past? I think is what Barb's asking.
How about that? Yeah.
Yeah. What have you done?
Oh yeah. I've done music videos. I've done art installations, video record that in the past. Or product information stuff.
And what about
support cameras?
What
your
about
tree? I would call that an art installation. That stuff.
Yes,
I would put that in there. Yeah.
Yeah, on my other YouTube channel, which is featured on this one. Forget what I call my channel there. I think it's AB or ACB 2000. I've got the tree videos, and there's a video from New York City. We started in Queens with all the traffic lights and all the way to Bloomfield, New Jersey. And then we were how many hours? You told me it was like 9 hours of video or something.
It was a lot. I just left the camera rolling.
Yeah.
And chop it all up.
It was 9 hours of video that he edited down to 11 minutes.
Yeah.
How long would that normally take? That's a lot of editing.
That is a lot. Yeah, that is a lot of editing. And at the time I think we were using Final Cut Pro 7, which is like super old now. So I'm doing DaVinci Resolve now. That's a new like editing software that I'm learning about. So it's pretty powerful. But yeah, and then there are special effects. I'm going to be learning this other program called HitFilm. It's like all the editing software. You can add lights or flashing lights or green screen stuff on there.
Barb,
So I've been learning that lately.
should I just nod my head along with you? Oh yeah, sure. I know what Matt's talking about. Yeah, that's all familiar. I use that all the time. Barb might actually know what you're talking about.
In fact, I don't know about those. No,
Oh.
no. Well, I was a sound
HitFilm
editor.
is like, okay. HitFilm is like, it's like After Effects, but it renders a lot better than After Effects in like 3D projects.
Nice.
It's another pretty powerful tool to use, which I'm still learning too, as I'm kind of helping the guys out.
The more powerful it is, the harder it is to learn.
Yeah. Like, and programs change so much so quickly, and you're like, what do I do now? Oh, I got to learn this one. And then some other program comes out. Oh, this one's better. Okay. Because the industry standard changes so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And why is that? Why is it not like just Photoshop where they just keep moving everything you need over a little, but it's the same?
It just keeps you on your toes.
Yeah, that's all. I don't have to
pretty much
learn a new software. I just have to learn where Photoshop put what I wanted.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got done with editing two bands together from my friend's club down in New York, and each one took like 2-3 days, and then I still have to do the color correction stuff, and then I got to get approval from like the big guys saying like, oh, is this good? Okay, go back and do this. Oh, okay.
Is there anything out there in the world that we could see that you've done already that's done?
Not yet. There's the guys behind the scenes are still. What their mantra is, we need to make it look as good as possible, and if it doesn't look good to us, we're not putting it out there until it's like perfect. I'm like, okay.
What about stuff you made for college?
I still have some of that stuff. I was actually going through some of that stuff last night, and gonna put it to like a Blu-ray. That I've learned how to burn things to Blu-ray now.
Very
so you can have a lot more information on those discs. And most people are like, do a thumb drive, just put it to whatever. I'm like, I still like physical things.
I don't know what you're talking about as I sit here with my paper and pencil.
Yeah.
Very cool. Barb, you can interrupt me too if you have questions.
Oh no, that's okay. I was thinking it sounds interesting, because there are some, like you were talking about standards. I feel like there's standards, but only in the larger like companies that do this stuff. If you are doing things that are a little bit more independent, you have that a little bit. I feel like a little bit more flexibility to take advantage of some of those other things, like people living in Avid or Final Cut. Like you get stuck in that, but you've got more flexibility, it seems like.
Yeah, the guys I work for are mostly music guys, and eventually they have another project that they filmed almost 4 years ago. It's going to be a rock musical, and they eventually want to put that to like Sundance and all that once all this COVID thing is over with. And that's the plan for them. But they have like different things that they're all involved with, and just juggling all that around. And I'm just observing and seeing like, oh, okay, you really have to be on a time frame with all these things.
Cool.
So,
yeah. So what do you plan ever to branch out and do your own videos?
Yes, eventually.
I
want to get into I got into photography more just because it was helping me stay afloat and pay rent and all that. I've been working for Life Touch Studios, and I was part of the church division. So we go inside different churches, take pictures of the parishioners, and then sell them prints. So, and it's you take the pictures and you also sell at the same time.
That's just like in restaurants. They come up to you and take a picture of the couple eating. Right.
Yep. Oh yeah. And they eventually get a directory too, like the church or whatever the contract says. Every parishioner gets a directory with their photograph in the directory. But we're trying to sell 16 by 20s or 20 by 24s to get that commission.
Nice.
Yeah.
Here I was thinking you were taking pictures of like all the stained glass and the light coming through. That would be cool.
I do that with my phone.
That's the artist in you.
Yes, it is.
Very cool. Yeah. So have you ever done any like stop motion film?
No, I haven't really done anything since college where we did claymation stuff, which
Yeah.
I like. Claymation is actually my favorite form of animation because it's like frame by frame by frame, and it looks so smooth when it just renders out. I like that a lot. I don't really like a lot of animations. It's really hard for me to like certain animations. Everything looks so blocky now. I think they've gotten like away from like actual hand drawing.
Oh, they totally
like Hayao Miyazaki is like one of the last guys alive that's kind of still doing like all drawings, and it just looks so fluid, his stuff.
Oh yeah, Barb, you should pull some of his stuff up so the audience can see. That'd be a cool idea.
Sure. Who are we looking? Miyazaki?
Yeah.
Hayao Miyazaki. He did Spirited Away.
Right.
Howl's Moving Castle. All that.
Yeah.
Stuff.
When did he do that stuff? I feel like I've heard it.
Early 2000s. He did those videos.
It can't be new.
No. I like the old stuff.
That's all right. But I was like, wait, I haven't been keeping up with any of that, so it has to be old if I know what you're talking about. Very cool.
Oh yeah.
Oh, here we go. What do you got on there?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Like, look at that animation. It's just so nice.
And so that's all hand drawn?
Oh yeah, and the color palettes are so nice. Oh, just beautiful.
Nice.
And it actually has a good story. And you actually like the characters, so.
Yeah.
Very cool. Thanks, Barb, for being so quick.
It is what I'm here for.
Yeah, and
you gotta go. Ta-da!
Yeah. And so,
I'm the built-in tech support.
Yeah. That's what happens if you're gonna be my co-host. I'm gonna find your skill and make you work on that. But I was also thinking, are there other musicians or stuff that people you want to work with that you haven't worked with yet?
Not
Maybe.
really.
No?
I'd say either there's maybe specifically, or what about kind of like genres of music or some kind of where do you picture yourself going? I guess that's one way to.
Barb's interviewing you for a job that she doesn't have. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years.
Yeah, that's a very good deep question, which I'm still working on.
Nice. Barb, do you know where you're going?
It's a secret.
We're not allowed to tell you as pirates. We don't,
Yes.
Oh.
I know. We are pirates. So.
Arr.
And that leads to a very important question. Matt, are you dressing up for Halloween? And if so, what are you going to be?
I dress up every year that's the same thing as a college student.
Are you a broke college student or a college student that just like is freshman? Like what is
maybe I should wear a suit now because I did pay off my student loans. So I got some money to get me an okay suit.
Everyone's like, oh, we should go out for drinks when you're done paying off your student loan. But I'm thinking when you're done, you don't have any money left. So this doesn't really even make any sense. How are you going to celebrate? Well, that's exciting.
Go out to dinner.
That's cool.
Actually, a lot of people don't know that. I know some people like, if you remember Francis from Bloomfield, he like posted, I'm done with paying off my student loans. I'm just done. If you talk to me, then I'll like tell that information.
If not, it's a secret, just like most of Matt. Well, what the audience doesn't know. Yes. What are you going to say?
I was going to say, because Bloomfield still occasionally sends like, send some money for, X amount of dollars to us to fund
I think I'm
certain
still getting
things.
her phone calls. I'm sorry, I'm not available. She doesn't live here.
Which, if I actually do that, which I may one or two times, is actually put like money towards the art side of it. If they still call it CAT, that's what I would put it into. And you can specify exactly where you want it to go. You know,
what was your major there?
video production.
Interesting.
I was going to say, how did you get into it? How was that a thing you decided to get into that you wanted to do?
So this is pretty cool. So in high school, around I think it was like 10th grade, I started getting into like video work, and then my teacher, Mr. Isaacs, I still remember his name. He was like, "Oh, you got really a good eye for this." And we used these big machines where you had VHS, and you put like a VHS that had something on it and a VHS that was blank. And then they have this thing called a scrubber, and the scrubber, you take pieces of what you want from the one video onto the blank one. So that's what I worked with like back in 10th grade. And then iMac 3 or 4 came out, so they got rid of all that. And so we started doing the programs that was just being started. And then they went to G5 eventually when I was going into Bloomfield. I just always liked video. I always liked getting that right transition. Like if you have a really nice transition into a next scene, I really like that when it's like really smooth. And then I got into like I don't know if you know the Criterion Collection. Like they have like the top videos there. Like I was I guess a movie snob for a while. Oh, you didn't watch this film? I forget about that. But I kind of calmed down with it because your average person is not going to know about these films at all unless you know about the Criterion.
That's true. I forgot about that.
But they got some good stuff on there. And it's hard for me to watch actually a movie because I'm just critiquing it in like all aspects because you're trained to that. And that's why I kind of got into like just watching animation more because I can enjoy watching animation instead of like, oh, they didn't do this right, I would add this here, it's anytime I went to the movie theaters with friends, I'm just like, okay, I didn't like that. That was okay. And my friends afterwards would be like, so how do you like it? Oh, I give it a 6, 7, out of 10.
That's so funny. I do remember us going to the movies with others, and yeah, you weren't very excited about all the movies. I wasn't either, but I didn't choose any of them, so I was like, "What are we seeing?"
Right.
But yeah, that's funny. So
my friend Dave and Kyle, we'd always go to the film forum in New York City and see these all obscure like films. Yeah, even my art mentor in college, she like debuted like one of her art pieces there before she moved back to Canada. I found out because she got divorced by the guy in Hoboken, I guess. I didn't know all this information until I went to Montclair State for helping my friend Chris, try to present like his film or his learning techniques there. And ARFCO is the name of the company from Hoboken. And all the guys that I used to work with as a PA, they were all there telling me what happened. I'm like, oh, okay. And I didn't talk to these guys in like, 7, 8 years. I'm like, oh, thanks for the information.
This all happened a while ago. Yeah, everything.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We're all behind on what's going on, especially now since we're all stuck at home.
Yes.
What is the state of stuck at home in New York? Are you guys allowed out?
Oh, I go out. Well, I mean, if you go out,
I didn't ask
you just have to wear.
The
only thing.
The rules.
Exactly. You just have to wear a mask pretty much everywhere you go in New York, and then like when you go in your car, you can take off your mask. Mm-hmm. It's kind of funny seeing people drive around with masks on. I'm like, you're in the car.
Yeah. I've seen that, and I think about that because I'm thinking, well, you know what? Maybe their air filter's not that good. Or if you're like me, where I don't have my mask on when I'm driving, but it's around my neck, and I have the windows open. Should I have the windows open? I don't know.
Oh, I do. I don't care. Like if it's my time to go, that I'm going.
You're just
kind of how I feel about that.
No controlling that.
If I'm driving for any length of time, I will take the mask off. But if I'm going really quick someplace, It's sometimes easier just to leave it on. So that might
Oh,
be,
that's
I think
true.
that's what I see when I see people who are driving. It's like, that's another possibility.
It's true. If I've worn my mask to go from one place and into my car, and I get everything in my car, I mean, I've only driven like 3 times, maybe 5 since this started in March. So I'm very lucky I don't have to really drive. But I did have my mask on one time when I was leaving a place, and I started driving, and I was driving for a while. I'm like, why am I wearing this?
Right.
You know?
You're being conditioned. That's what it's all about, man.
I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I'm going to wear the masks even when I don't have to.
I was gonna say, if you're gonna be conditioned for something, then this is probably a good
Not
one.
that bad. Yeah. Very
Good
cool.
one to
Yeah.
choose.
But what I always ask people, how did you get stuck at Bloomfield? Were you going to go to another college, or was that your only choice?
How did you get stuck?
You
That was
weren't
my
there,
that
Barb.
was like my second. That was like my second choice, and I like. I don't know. I like the. They're the ones that accepted me, so I went.
That's the number one answer.
Because I could.
So yes.
I mean, it's not a bad school if you're there for nursing and some of the other majors, but for the art majors, I mean,
Sure.
my art major, it stopped existing. I was the only one in the major, and once I graduated, it was done. Should have been done before I was accepted, but whatever. Some similar to Josh was on. He didn't even have. He was like one of 5 people in his major. You know.
Oh wow.
So, but I think it's different with video because that's more technology, what they were focused on, as opposed to Josh and I, who are doing more hands-on stuff. You know?
Right. I'm not sure. I remember. I don't know what it is like now, but I remember video was still like up and coming, and you're learning all the programs. I know the music department was pretty well established there. So like
Correct.
Kevin or Colin and all these other people were heavily into the music side, and I was like, wow. So I was like one of the only people of my friends group that were actually doing like the video stuff, and everybody else was kind of doing music.
That's true.
Which is kind of cool because I could do the video, and then I have all these people or friends that can do music, so I can give them a call.
I made them make a lot of music for my videos, and I made you make
Colin
my videos.
did all the.
So
yeah, Colin did all the effects and sound effects for my old like film that I made, a whole hour and 26-minute film. Which over the years I look back at, and I got it down to like 40 minutes because I could take out a lot of stuff, a lot of the fat, as you could say.
Yeah.
So.
Apologies for the length of this letter. I didn't have time to make it short.
That's the video.
It's a video,
right?
Yeah.
That's the video. Right. We all just stared at Barb like, what?
I know. I'm like, do I have a delay happening even here where the internet's faster?
I did tell.
I'm like, okay, I can connect those dots. I can connect those dots.
Pretend I froze.
Exactly.
Exactly.
No, it's just like spending the time to get something down to exactly what you want it to be and no more.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, because I mean, being able to be concise with what you want to say is a valuable skill.
Mm-hmm.
And that's editing, and that's why video editors are a whole thing.
Oh, I thought you were calling you an a-hole for a moment.
A whole thing. Oh my gosh.
I'm just
A equals for awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome whole thing.
Positive.
Yes.
Sorry, Barb. Sorry.
That's
Someone's
fine.
gonna bring the show down. So Barb, are there any music editing skills that you think translate to video editing skills, and vice versa for Matt?
Well, I mean, because I lived in the entertainment industry for a decade, and then apparently never left. But being exposed to it, there's a big thing, you know, there's a lot of that of get rid of what you don't need. And that's part of the YouTube videos I do now, or have done now. It's like you film all the stuff. I just throw it all in there because of the way that I'm doing things. It's different than other video editing. And it's like, get rid of what you don't need.
Oh, yeah.
That's actually the same with writing. You have to learn how to rewrite things so that you can get smaller and shorter and shorter. Especially as an artist applying to things, they're like, you can only have this many words. You know?
No!
You gotta cut it down.
Haiku.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The haiku of film.
Haiku.
Trying to think of a good haiku name for video.
Oh, yeah.
Vaiku. No, it doesn't work.
Vaiku.
Doesn't super work that way. Yeah.
DQ
DQ is a thing.
I know. I want some ice cream now. Yeah. Matt, you're probably the closest to a DQ. Can you get me a blizzard? I don't know. We probably have a DQ somewhere. And for anyone who's not in the country, it's Dairy Queen, ice cream, and whatever. I don't know what else they have.
Yeah, the only thing worth is ice cream, I think.
Yeah. I guess a blizzard's an ice cream in a cup. Yeah, with a lot of stuff.
It's ice cream.
Yeah, it's ice cream. When was the last time you had a blizzard?
So is that from Friendly's? Because I don't.
No, it's Dairy Queen.
It's Dairy Queen?
Yeah.
Wait, is Blizzard kind of like a shake?
Yeah, I think it might be more like a shake. All I know is I never went to Dairy Queen except for one friend always wanted to go, and he loved the blizzard. So we get a blizzard, and then I would eat it while we're sitting outside in the snow. I don't know why. You know, eating ice cream in the snow, and you somehow don't freeze to death.
It's the ice cream.
Yeah, it must be.
It's magic ice cream.
It's definitely magic ice cream. But Friendly's had something else, Matt.
I haven't had one in a while.
Yeah. They're bad.
I thought it started with something. They had something kind of similar with that name. I don't really remember. But Friendly's, I don't know where Friendly's is anymore because a lot of them closed.
Yeah, for good reason. They had some moldy bread.
Yeah.
As you know. So, any road trips coming up, Matt?
Possibly going back to Nashville, maybe in November sometime. My landlord got a house down there. He lives in this really nice community, and there's like all audio people around in the community, all these artists. So
that's Nashville. Yeah.
Pretty cool. Yeah. Anybody who's anybody's like moving there right now. All his like friends from the city who have a crap load of money. They're all flocking to Nashville right now. Even people from his friends from California are all flocking to Nashville.
I was going to say
Barb and
I were going to go, but we don't have a lot of money. So
that's true.
I guess we're not. I mean, I've been to Nashville.
It's really nice. You can like sense like the creative force in there. You're like, whoa.
Yeah.
It's like downtown is a little overwhelming. Like downtown Nashville, you're just like, whoa. It's like bar, and they have a bunch of bars and then music playing from each bar. And you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Which one do I want to go to?
And I left Nashville. I had a huge bag of records, and I wanted to buy cowboy boots. I am not a cowboy boot person, but being in Nashville in the stores that only sold cowboy boots, that's all they sold.
You have to.
You just walked around, you're like, oh my God, I really want a pair, but there's so many, I can't make up my mind, which is good because I probably don't need a pair of cowboy boots. Or do I?
A lot of those places have buy one, get one free.
Yeah,
I mean, the boots are like really expensive.
$600. Yeah.
Right.
You better give me the second boot free. No. My friend Karen who's always tuning in. She loves Nashville. We do too.
Oh yeah, Nashville's great.
So what is it about Nashville that makes it such a creative place then, you think?
A lot. I mean, a lot of bands have, like, a lot of the older bands from like the 60s, 70s, 50s have all stemmed from there, like originally. So there's a lot of history of that. The music industry, anyway. So
it's like a community of folks who are kind of doing the same thing, and something in the air,
something in
the water.
Cowboy boots on your feet.
Cowboy boots on your feet.
Right.
Cowboy hat.
Yeah.
I got to get a hat when I go down there. I like hats.
You do. You're wearing a hat
guy.
now.
I do like hats. Oh yeah.
We love hats.
I got a bowler hat. I love that bowler hat. I think I got a cowboy hat from Wyoming when I was on a road trip with my friend Jason a few years back. That was fun.
I have a pirate hat.
You have a pirate hat? Yes.
I have no hats here right now.
There's my pirate hat. Barb's not
hats
home.
Hats and pocket watches I'm into. I like pocket watches.
Pocket watches are cool.
Love pocket watches.
Very cool. I've got one. Yeah.
Oh yeah. My second cousin, he's like a watch guy, and he gave me one of his old pocket watches, and he said the pocket watch, I guess back in the 1800s, only train guys could have these ones. So he had one of these. So I have one of them. Then I'm getting it repaired right now because there was one, like the small hand was missing, so they got to find that piece, and the glass on it they got to kind of shave down a little bit, but otherwise it's in really great condition. So it's a pocket watches.
Otherwise,
yeah.
So do you have a collection of pocket watches?
I got I think 3 right now.
That's
I mean, the one that I got from my cousin, I think outdoes like any pocket watches like I've ever seen like online. even like the steampunk one, just because of the history of behind it. I like that.
Steampunk is cool.
Yeah.
Very cool aesthetic. Yeah.
Yeah, steampunk is very cool. Yeah.
See, now I'm wishing I was at home.
I know.
And this is a response to Richard. It says no hats. If I were at home right now, I would have 15 hats on my head, including a steampunk bowler that has goggles and like feathers and all kinds of stuff. I am super into steampunk. I don't have it here.
Oh, that's great.
So
it's pretty fun.
I'm the hat guy in Life Touch, so like I always bring different types of hats, and one of them was a bowler hat with the goggles on it, and nice. Little kids, I want to wear this hat. Take a picture. Oh, I need that 5x7 for my kid. Yeah, I need that. Yeah, you do.
It occurs to me I do have goggles though.
Oh, nice.
Oh yes,
with like
that's
keys
great.
on the side. So okay.
Oh, I love
there
it.
you go. So
yeah.
I don't have nothing. Okay, there you go, Richard. How's that? It's not a hat, but
yes,
it's on your head.
How well can you something.
See
no, that's
now,
good
Barb?
stuff.
I can see quite well.
You can see. Okay,
yeah. No, it's you can see out. Very
that's
much
cool.
not.
I like that.
Yeah. They're fun for on your head too, and they go right over my glasses. They fit over my glasses.
Nice.
That's a
sign of a keeper.
That's the selling point right there. Yeah.
Very cool.
Totally.
Barb, are you drawing something?
I am, as a matter of fact.
I can tell.
You could tell. I know, because I keep looking down. Like I was trying to think about what to draw, and then I was kind of inspired by your glasses. So I'm working on.
Oh.
I'm working on some glasses. They're a little bit more colorful than yours, but you know,
a little.
They're glasses. That's my in progress. Are you drawing something, Amy?
I just started drawing while you were drawing, so I'm drawing a TV. That's what I'm going to watch Matt's videos on. It's hard to see right now because I literally just started.
Yeah, it's problematic. Yeah, Matt, we like to draw stuff while we're about what we're talking about with people.
No, that's a great idea for a show. That's awesome.
Yeah, someone should come up with that.
You should do something with that, Amy. Wait a minute.
Wait. And sometimes to get really fancy on you, This is how we do it.
That's true. Yeah.
Ooh.
So if you want to grab something and draw with us, we could do that too. Yeah. Often we make things. Mm-hmm.
My girlfriend just got into drawing. She's like she's just copying stuff off a line just to get things done. And yeah, she's drawn certain things and certain people that she shows. She's doing the watercolor right now and learning how to do that and the different types of paper that you kind of have to use with watercolor.
Yeah.
So because she was like, oh, this paper that I use, this is no good.
Yeah.
But she's gotten quite good.
Nice. Yeah,
that's practice.
It's all practice. It is 100% practice. Okay, but now I'm curious about your hat collection now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very curious about this hat collection. What's involved in this?
I have to. Most of my hats, I have to kind of pull out of storage. But yeah, I like hats.
But are you like like fedoras, trilbies?
Oh, yeah,
Do you have any fezzes?
I don't have any fezzes, but I do like fedoras.
Fedoras are cool. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
top hats?
There's this other clothes.
Pork pie.
Top hats. Do I have top hats? No, just a bowler right now. Oh no, I have a short. It's not a top hat. It's I forget the actual name of it. It's like a shorter one. It's like a southern kind of one. That's like not as tall as the hat.
Like
that's
I know
the one I actually put. That's the one I put the goggles on because it looks really cool. And I got that down in Virginia, of all places. I was just like, I don't know. I go into a store and I'm like, I see a hat that I like. I'm getting it.
Nice.
I'm very particular with my hats.
Oh yes. That is the
collection. It was like, handmade. It was a handmade hat. Yeah. The top hat would probably be the next one.
Yeah. Now do you decorate the hats too? Sorry, you were going to say something. Go ahead.
Just the goggles. I don't know. I feel like less is more sometimes with hats. Sometimes it can get kind of crazy. But I like sometimes very
crazy
simple
is warranted.
One or two things like in hats. Yeah, they did have my mom's mom had like hats from like the 20s and 30s that were like, all handmade with flowers and everything. And when she passed, they got rid of like all those hats. And they're like, now they're worth like, thousands of dollars, these hats from back like the actual 20s and 30s. My mom was like, I didn't know that they were going to be worth this much later on. Who would know that?
Nobody knew that.
Because we know that now because of the internet. Back then, you didn't know unless you were part of the the dealer or the collection that how much those are worth. But now everybody knows everything with the internet.
The internet, I've heard of it. Oh wait, we're on the internet right now.
Lies, Amy.
I sometimes miss the beginning days of the internet when it was just like AIM and you just chatted with people and that was it. Like, what's this video? What is this video technology now that we can do? That's crazy.
It's a hilarious thing for a video editor to say, but I'm into it.
Oh yeah. I'm always thinking about those things. And like, even with we have most stuff go on memory cards now, and then if you go all the way back, it was VHS. It was confined in a tape, and prior to that was film. So now they take film and you put it in a tape, and now you're just confining. I don't know. You can probably write something about like, oh no, your creativity is now being confined within this VHS or DV tape now. It's not open and free like film is. I don't know. You can do write something about that.
That's true. Or the fact that wasn't cellulose flammable, so you couldn't take it on certain things. You can transport it in certain ways because it could catch on fire. Right. So I don't think VHS has that problem. Maybe.
Right. That's very true.
It's an interesting kind of conversation to have. Is do you want your work, your artistic work, to be limited to something and have like
Right.
kind of a limited lifespan and a limited medium that it can have? Make it be something that's, you know, kind of fleeting.
Right. I mean, the quality now with the video is just so like crazy. It doesn't really matter what it looks like now. Like if you got 480p or 720p, it's still gonna look good.
Mm.
You have your 4K or 5K stuff, you know, then you can just render out like a 1080p that looks like pristine quality. So it's gotten to the point where like, do we need 8K? Do we need 10K? It's just more information that can just look better. That's what I've seen.
True, yeah.
I mean, if you're doing well, okay. So one of the advantages of 4K is just though that you can zoom things in.
Yes, of course.
You know, especially if you're doing as so many things are moving towards the internet, and you don't need that exceedingly high thing unless you're making something for somebody to download and watch on their gigantic screen TV.
Right, correct.
But you can use that to get into your editing in a way more than just temporally. And, you know, you can get into, you know, like how much are you going to zoom in to here and like where are you going to cut to in this other frame with more flexibility than you had previously.
That's very true, yes. Your average person, though, that buys like a TV is not going to know that. When I used to work for Sony, they're like, "Oh, 1080p is like the best, right?" I'm like, "Yes, but what are you using it for?" Like,
you don't really need that. No.
Like people didn't understand. Like, oh, it's a 32-inch TV. I need 1080p. You don't really need 1080p with a 32-inch TV. 720 is just fine.
I don't even need a TV. I got a computer screen.
Right.
Yeah.
You know. Although with the new
just,
laptops, you can't. I mean, nothing's coming. Is anything coming on DVDs besides what you're making?
There's a few things that you can only get on DVD.
I still get DVD. I just got Motherless Brooklyn. I just got. It was all right. It was kind of like if you've ever seen Chinatown.
Yes.
Yeah, the director was a very big influence. Was that movie? So Motherless Brooklyn is kind of has that same feel to it.
Chinatown, LA. Just so you know.
Right. So I got that on Blu-ray the other week.
Well, I'm thinking, I mean, I have a desktop and a laptop, and the desktop can still take in CDs and DVDs.
That's great.
Yeah, so I don't even need a TV. I was kind of against, well, I'm not against TVs. I'm just never.
Well, you had in your apartment in Bloomfield, you had like a tube TV still, right? If I remember.
Yeah.
And we always talked about your roommate. Like you never saw your roommate. We called her the ninja. She just went back and forth.
She was not really there. No one believed I had an actual roommate. But
right.
Anyway. And then the roommate that you saw, the one after her, people did see her, but not very often. So I'm not sure they thought I still had a roommate. But yes, I bought one TV in my life. And it was $150 when I bought it. And I thought, oh, that's a lot of money. But I only bought it because two of my friends brought over VHS recorders and were watching movies at my place. So I needed a TV for that because I didn't have a computer at that point.
Gotcha.
I'm a little slow to move with the technology because the other technology is still working.
Mm-hmm.
You know, why do I need a cell phone when I have a landline? Not far behind.
What's a landline?
I know it's not a telephone. It's not a landline.
I have a rotary phone. What are you talking about?
I just picked up and asked the operator to connect me to Mac.
Yeah, right. That's all you need.
Just click on it a couple times. Hello?
Pennsylvania 254? Yeah.
Barb, you gotta love the drawing. Yay.
Oh, thank you.
Yes,
I've got the color going. I wish I had Well, most of the color. I think. Oh,
Yeah.
I need to hit these with something. Let's go silver. I have a platinum. I'm doing that. But now I'm looking for a black so I can get into some more like patterns in here.
Yeah.
And
Matt,
do
these
outline.
are the glasses you're getting next. Barb
Yeah.
will ship them to you when she's done.
Yes. These are this is the new frames. This is a little bit more color perhaps than you're used to with your usual frames and your usual hats. Picture a hat in this style. I don't know actually. Do you have other glasses that are more that are wild and crazy?
Mostly like this. I have that would be good to get. I just got this whatever my insurance allowed.
Nice. I was just looking at my drawing that I've been doing here. And speaking of landlines, my TV has an antenna. Rabbit ears.
Oh, there you go.
I'm drawing for anyone that remembers rabbit ears. I am pretending there's some foil around it too. And that's you, Matt, with the hat.
Yes.
That looks just like you, doesn't it?
Yes. Thank you.
Perfect.
I drew a big feather in your hat, in your cap, as they say. Yeah, big feather. I didn't give you glasses though, so maybe you can't see.
Well, okay, we'll just put my glasses on your drawing.
Yeah, that's
we'll break them down.
Well, there you go. You fuse it together.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we can do that with this technology that you've been talking about.
Video?
Yes. What is this? Yeah.
I don't need to get an X-Acto knife out and cut everything and paste it together.
Well, I could take a picture and send it to you, and you can Photoshop it with the ancient medium that is Photoshop.
Yeah, I don't even have it anymore because once it became an online thing that you had to purchase. I'm sorry.
Oh, I hate programs like that. I'm totally agree with you.
Yeah. I tried to talk myself into it, but I just couldn't.
It's all about the C word, control. And I want all of control when it comes to my creativity. I don't want to be sharing stuff to this cloud online where they have, no. I'll get in a hard drive and put everything on my hard drive, and I can access it 24/7. And I don't have to pay for, to have space there.
Yes.
I mean, the argument from that, though, of course, if we're going to discuss it, is that if, for example, your house burns down, there goes your media.
What are the things you're going to grab during a fire? Your hard drive.
Is that something that you would grab in a fire? If you're there.
Well, what's the percentage of fires starting in a house?
Oh, that's good.
Or burglary, or your drive just going down, because that's probably the biggest danger. That's the biggest danger for me.
Oh, yeah. See, that's why I do this.
Yes. Whereas virtual.
All of my externals are not connected. You disconnect them when you're not using them so that they don't crash if you're.
Oh, there you go. It was kind of skipping.
Yeah. No.
I would have I have like a one hard drive for like backups as well. So I have backups or backups.
Me too.
And portable hard drives are so inexpensive now. It's really laughable. You can get like a 2 terabyte hard drive for maybe $100. And it's that's back in college days, to have a terabyte was thousands of dollars. I was like, what?
We had our little flash drives. And then they put the computers at the bottom of the desk with the monitors on the top. And then I had my flash drive in there, and I moved my chair and it pushed the flash drive and bent it. So I lost everything that was on that flash drive. Because they put the computer.
No.
Why did they do that? Who set up the computer lab? Anyway, I was upset about it for a while. But you had to buy extra flash drives because there was not enough room. There was no such thing as a terabyte at the time.
Mm-hmm. And I've had a whole lot of drives for.
I didn't hear that part.
There was no terabyte at the time, so we had to get tiny. There was only room for a couple images.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's true. But I mean, Matt'll know video production, video editing will eat up hard drives like crazy. Like that's a lot of content. That's a lot of space. And I've, lost a fair amount. So like on like optical hard drives, you got a whole lot more failure than solid state. Solid state, like I had to start going to solid state because my old drives just kept on going kaput.
Ugh.
Solid
really
state's a lot more.
On SSDs?
Yeah. Well, now the solid state is good. Solid state's good, but before that, all of the ones that had,
Oh, okay.
Before that, it was a problem, which is why I started updating. And those are a little bit more expensive, but they're more reliable.
Barb?
Yes.
Yes.
For the audience?
Yes.
What are you talking about? What's a solid state other than the state that's not going to move?
Okay, so
I know her lingo.
I do.
We're on the same page, Amy.
She knows what I'm talking about.
I'm thinking of the audience.
Okay. In your computer, if you have a drive that has to spin up and move around, if there is, like some of the older ones, there is actual movement going on.
It's scary. This is terrifying.
Those are more likely to have issues and break and get, there are problems. Like you could have like the disc, which looks kind of like a CD, except smaller and harder.
I do know what that is.
Gets scratched and then like everything on it is gone. It's more prone to failure. Whereas solid state, there's no moving parts. It's a lot more sturdy. It's a lot more, it's more reliable. It's also more expensive and it's newer.
I was going to say, how new is this? When you say newer.
That new. When did solid state start popping up? Shall we find out?
Everyone go to Google right now.
Google!
I'm going. Wikipedia.
Matt might beat you. It's a Google race.
Solid state storage device uses integrated circuit assemblies to store data persistently, typically using flash memory.
Flash.
Typically more resistant to physical shock, run silently, and have quicker access time and lower latency compared to electromechanical drives. How long? Is that what we're looking for?
That was our question. Yeah.
The introduction was 1991.
Thank you. Matt beat you.
SunDisk.
But
well, early ones before that.
I was going to say the ones that we couldn't afford to purchase. Yeah.
Then it was conceived in 1978.
Oh,
that's what I was. That's what I was seeing.
Yeah.
With 1991.
But I guess maybe the introduction to maybe like us consumers, possibly, because I know they had that technology like a long time ago.
Yeah.
There's a chart. Let me pull this up. Let me share this screen here so that we can see this.
I'd like to know how long like an idea started and then how long it took to get to us. This kind of,
In 1991, 20 megabytes you could have on something reasonable size, $50,000 per gigabyte.
What? Holy moly.
Yes.
I'm so do not have
now capacity at 100 terabytes and 10 cents per gigabyte. So like if
come a long way.
Yeah, really this is slow. This was slower to get to this point, I think, than electromechanical drives.
Yes,
that's really wow.
So we've gone digital here on Amy's Art Cabaret.
Oh my goodness! I just say all art is accepted, but I think I just blew my mind. Oh my goodness. Holy moly. But yes, I'm learning things every week. And Richard agrees, sounds like the mouth size of different dinosaurs. Gigabytes, I get it. Haha.
That
was a good one. Okay, so Matt, in our last 5 minutes here, do you have any wisdom or advice or anything for people who want to get into the industry? Like, what should they do? How do you get in? How do you break into this industry? Do you have to go to school for it, or did you meet? Like, did it take a long time to get in?
No, it's pretty much comes down to like the people you know or the people you meet.
I knew you were
Like
going to say that.
one person can like, open the doors to so many other people because that person may know like a bajillion other people that are producers, directors, or whoever. That's really comes down to it.
And did you meet, because you did a bunch of internships, didn't you? Or you did a few?
Yeah, during Bloomfield years. Yeah.
So did you meet any of those people that way, or?
Oh yeah. Oh well. My art mentor, was dating the guy who was running ARFCO at the, still running it at the time, Alex Firmbach, and he was the guy that created the technology bullet time in the Matrix. Like he had the setup of all the cameras to go around in a circle. So he was the guy that sold the idea to the Wachowski brothers and made a killing. And so now he has his own commercial, or he's been having his own commercial company ever since. The guy is a genius, genius guy that just thought of the idea, gave it to the Wachowski brothers, and we have the movie The Matrix 1, 2, and 3.
and that technology is all over the place too.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Because that's cool.
He has the Golden Globe to prove everything.
Have you seen the Golden Globe? How big is it?
It was like
that.
It's pretty big, and the globe's pretty big. The globe is pretty big too.
Nice. Cool. Barb, do you have any last minute questions for Matt?
Well, being that you are in the future.
Oh yeah,
it's the weekend, so we can't ask for stock tips.
True, good point.
How about, is there any new music that we should be keeping an eye out for in the next 3 hours? Or just the latest, because I imagine as a whole you're 3 hours ahead of us. So what's the good instrumental music that you're digging right now? What are you listening to?
That I'm digging? What am I listening to right now? I gotta remember the guy's name. I can never remember the name. He's a Canadian artist. Trevor Demire.
Trevor Demire.
Trevor Demire, a Canadian artist. He does a lot of. I bought like most of his stuff. Like you can buy all his stuff for like $50, and he gives you like 30, 40 things he's done that are really good. I got into movie soundtracks from different films, like just the epicness of building a scene. I really got into that. I don't care what it is. Like I'll buy it just to listen to while you're driving.
Yes.
I've
done that. Yeah. I also bought movie alien soundtracks. So it sounds like spaceships are landing as I'm driving around.
There you go.
Trevor Demire has soundtrack music, and he's on YouTube.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
That's how you spell Demire. Because I did not know.
Yep.
Well, you're not Canadian.
That's right. Yeah, his stuff is pretty good. Yeah, I like his stuff.
Nice.
Cool. Well, thank you. Thank you for the advice. I mean, I should have contacted you earlier today so you could have told me about the earthquake I was going to feel during my lunch break. But, why did I think Yeah, it's fine. Anyway.
How are I was going to ask you, are you both in California, or is it just you are?
We're in
what's the fires or whatnot? I mean, I see stuff like YouTube or some news. Like, you guys safe and all that? You guys are all right?
We are
close to that? I'm just curious.
We are. Yes and no, not close to it. But when it first started, everything the smoke was down here at the bottom of LA County.
Very
everywhere.
hazy.
It was beyond hazy. You felt like it was just like a cloudy day, but
But it was
wasn't.
red.
It was red.
Wow.
It was smoky. The air was hard to breathe.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
really bad.
If you have allergies, you sounded horrible.
Yeah.
I do have allergies.
So you wouldn't like it.
No.
Yeah. But I mean, that's a little over.
My
Where's
uncle
your
who
glasses?
lives in Boise
Oh,
said he was seeing the
Your new
smoke.
glasses.
yeah.
Mm.
It's the smoke moves. The smoke moves with the weather.
It's pretty intense, yeah.
It's very intense.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not something you get used to either. But anyway. Oh, Barb, really cool glasses. The audience loves your glasses. And they think that my picture looks just like Matt.
It does. It really does.
It does look like you. I don't know why you have one arm, but
Thank you.
I think you're swinging your arm, so just one arm is showing right now.
There you go.
There you go. You only have one arm. Who knows if it's the right or left arm?
That's okay.
Yeah. Well, Matt, next time you come on, when are the movies being released or the videos being released? Who knows? When Sundance is allowed out again? Is that when it is?
Possibly. We're gonna well, for the music videos or the show that they want to do, I got to be on that a lot this upcoming week and whatnot. And then I'm working with this other guy that we're going to be going back and forth with. Then the main guy, Alex, he wants to have like a 24-minute show. So you're going to have like music, and then you're going to have like behind the scenes of the people who did the music, or like a different band telling about what their projects are. And it's going to be like 24 minutes. And then in between, they're thinking of like doing like bits of comedy or something like that, just to keep it moving.
Yeah,
but I don't know if they're going to keep with that. So I don't know what's going to happen, but that's
well, for the
plan.
comedy, they should have Barb and I on.
That's true.
There you go.
Yeah, we're pretty hilarious.
We're funny to ourselves. Anyway, Matt, you'll have to come back when you have something to show us, because we would love
Okay, sure.
to do some video or clips in anything.
Sure.
It'd be fun. And thank you for being on for today. And Barb, thanks
thank
for
you.
being here again. And everyone, thank you for watching, and thank you for those who are watching the recording. But we're gonna go and have a nice rest of our weekend. So bye.